against FCON Esports and S11 Gaming. Again, it's match point for FCON Esports. S11 Gaming going to want to start off on a strong foot here in the draft. They're going to be on the blue side here. FCON Esports on the red. Still going with the Faramis ban, right? They're going to take that out. We'll see how the rest of this goes in the first phase.
You know, there's actually a fun fact here in the lower brackets
the
of the knockout stages and the best of threes.
What
It's all been 2-0.
Yeah, so far.
So is the meta right now very momentum-based? Yeah, M4.
100% that was seen yesterday, because that's what I felt with how the Valley won. Like, that's how I felt with how FCON themselves have won. Even Occupy Thrones, you see them, or at least with their opponents, Malvinas, you see some reverse momentum going their way. When they lost their game number 1, it seemed like they weren't able to find the opening in game number 2 when they did. So to answer your question, momentum and reverse momentum.
I mean, that matchup specifically, Wolf, the Occupy Thrones matchup was just kind of crazy because, you know, I mean, the way that games went, both of them, you didn't know what was going to happen, what the end result was going to be.
Are you talking about MVP of the day,
Leo? Yes.
You're talking about the man who practiced his mind off?
Yeah. Practiced his mind off and still pulled it off. I mean, and it was with the Fanny, right? So that's the thing. Do we actually see? Okay, never mind. I was just going to say, do we actually see a Fanny come out for this game number 2? But, you know, it's banned out here. They don't want to allow Ken to have it. But still, I feel like there's a lot of choices, especially in terms of that first pick for S11 Gaming.
Might be FCON just gave away the carry and then exchange for both the Valentina and the Kaja. Just trade a one good hero for 2 greater heroes. So, knowing Coach Dale, he's the kind of guy. He's willing to trade.
He's the kind of
guy to go for that.
Yeah, he loves those kind of stuff. They sets up trap, right?
Coach
so
Dale's tier list.
Exactly. So now you get, you can get carry, S11. You can get even Valentina or the Kaja, but we'll get 2 out of the 3 that is available.
I like it, right? I actually want to see them pick up the carry here because, again, I think it's still the top pick for M4 so far, and has an amazing win rate too on top of it. So there it is, right? So locked in here. I'm surprised with the win rate, 61%, but still the fact that carry's so devastating. I feel like every time that she hasn't kind of popped off in a game, it's because of that one weakness of carry, which is the range. It's quite low, so you really have to be able to work around that. And, you know, on top of that, like, what would FCON Esports want to draft to handle this carry?
Kaja and Valentina is great, but you can also consider something like a Benedetta so that you can pierce through the backlines already. There's also consideration of the Yuzhong, but I still prefer like Kaja, Valentina, or Kaja, Benedetta.
Well,
there you go.
You know, Valentina Kaja, it's just such a good answer. And for FCON, it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Game 1 went so well for them, especially mid-control. I think now it's time for S11 to show what they have, you know, learned from game number 1. What are they going to draft now?
Lilia.
Exactly. Now I'm thinking about that again, right? If you're up against a Valentina, you want to get that solid mid laner.
That's good.
Or just go for the Kadita, right? Valentina, sure, maybe better wave control, but more kill pressure from the Kadita.
Benedetta still sounds good for S11, knowing that it's also one of the signature picks for Papadog. Very successful with it. And it's going to be the Yuzhong. So they will take it away from FCON now. And what would be your answer? Do you go Lapu Lapu instead for if you're FCON? It's also one of your like signature picks anyway. So,
honestly, they could go with the Lapu Lapu. It is available to them. Off the top of my head, too, I would love to actually see Thamus pop up again, but I don't think that's the best matchup with Yuzhong because still, in a way, you're gonna want to kind of have that counter relationship because Yuzhong is going to be going through that back line. You want to be able to provide at least another body in the front, right? And we saw that with the Fredrin earlier, but they're actually going to lock in the Harith here for now. So that's going in where? That's going in the gold lane, where we're going to see here.
Unless it goes to the jungle, right? I mean, it's a possibility, but it's just very unlikely.
Well,
look at this. Number 1 is Kai, and the next one is Kyrie.
Interesting.
In terms of hero damage per minute.
Yeah, I want to say, you know,
you also had the least amount of deaths yesterday.
Yes. I was going to say these teams, these players from these teams that might not be so well known in other parts of the world. I mean, they've got amazing players, and you see that so far up to this point in the knockout stage even. That's going to be the Cho band out here. So focusing on the roamers here now, potential-wise for S11 Gaming, there's still, I mean, in terms of jungle matchup, you know, the thing is honestly, if you really wanted to look at Falcon Esports, those are two possible junglers at the same time, right? That flexibility, that kind of surprise factor is still there with the Kaja Valentina, but more so, like you said, Mirko, I think, again, going back to if it's not broke, don't fix it, that's where they're going. So I'm wondering what the jungle dynamic between these two teams could be.
For me, looking at Falcon right now, they need just physical damage, right? So the XP lane ban comes in, Lapu getting rid of the physical damage threat. Now, I think S11 needs to really focus down on something like a Martis, a pick that Ken has played many times before, and just these physical damage threats in the jungle, aside from the XP. They can also just go for a Benedetta here, that works. It's another physical damage dealer for Falcon to pick up.
But then again, it could be banned out by S11. If you're just S11, just double down or triple down on the XP lane, knowing that you already have the Yuzhong, you have that secured, just deny anything that Falcon will have as comfort. Now, the interesting idea for Falcon is that they went for the Harith pick instead of an XP laner, knowing that this is the only laner that can easily go up against the carry, or at least even up or square up against the carry in the laning stage. You still have to supplement it with a frontliner. So I think that this would be a choice of a Grok, perhaps, or like you said, a Martis for the side of Falcon Esports. Not going to be surprised if that will be the choice. Like, you can pick that up in the XP lane as a tanky frontliner.
I'm wondering too, right, if we see them actually lock in that Grok. We've seen Grok placed in the XP lane so much, whether it's with the Weapon Mastery or the high-end dry emblem here. So, but still, you're kind of in that position where, you know, how do we play around this? There's the Martis pick, like you were just calling out, Mirko. Great option. We actually saw how tanky and durability it could be in the last match, and how that can be a, I mean, it's crucial for teams that play this Martis in the jungle, because objectively now you've got to match that if you're S11 Gaming. Now the thing is if they actually put pressure on this Harith pick specifically, you've got great burst potential, and if you can shut that down and allow, again, carry to really shine in this game, you're going to set yourself up for success for S11 Gaming. These last two picks, though, very crucial here for them, Wolf.
You have to have a frontliner too. Aside from the Kadita, you need something like a Grok deck to control. It's great actually against the Harry if you think about it, but you give away the wall charge to the Valentina, but it's a choice that you have to make. Or maybe a Lolita, in fact, for S11 to kind of answer this.
Well,
wow!
They take your suggestion and they say no.
I love it though. Selena, I have not seen this in a very long time.
Debut for Selena at M4.
Exactly.
I'm wondering, right, is this really the game plan here? Selena and Kadita. And I mean, even looking at the players' reactions, right? I mean, I'm not sure 100% how they're feeling about it, but this is something new, obviously, and it's also, it can be deadly here, especially you're talking about pick-off potential. And the last pick for Falcon Esports is going to be this Ling here. How are we feeling about this, guys?
It's a Martis XP lane for Falcon, so that's just a solid matchup again, right? Yu Zhong, sure, out-sustains him, but if he can get out of the Fury's Knife that easily and can get trades down and all-ins down the way he does, hey, I think Martis actually takes it.
Unfortunately, the Ling is so much of a gamble, at least for Falcon. But we know that they can really pull through with this. Why did they say that it's a gamble? There's so much crowd control on the opposite side. You have the Selena arrow, surely you can dodge that, but knowing that there could be other setups.
Two petrifies?
Two petrifies. The Kadita and the Yuzhong. And then eventually the Pakita with the knockups. That can be followed up with the Selena arrow. There's so much control that can come out of S11. That's kind of makes this Ling a little bit scary, but this is Falcon, dude. It's
Falcon, dude.
Falcon, dude. All right. Well, we've seen both team compositions, and it's a do-or-die situation for S11 Gaming. Match point for Falcon Esports. Who takes game number 2?
If it's anything like day one, again, 2-0 all across the board. Falcon, are they going to be able to do it? Or will S11 break that curse here? Technically, the Paquito is also at a 100% win rate. And Jotun was the one who played it yesterday, too.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, in terms of just the Paquito alone, being in the jungle specifically, this is something we don't see too often, right? I mean, usually it's in that side lane, but still running the high and dry here, that burst potential, that snowball potential is really good, especially when you're pairing it with a Selena pick here. You can already see even Ken going to be the focus, but gets out of there fine. Still, though, your pick-off potential with a Selena, with Chan here, is huge if he can land those Abyssal Arrows.
Yeah. You can see the vertical jungling coming out from Falcon's jungler Ken. After going for his purple buff, he went to the opposing Grammar. I don't know if that will actually give him more gold, but so far it's so good coming out from Falcon. And we know Ken, we can call him Ken the Man or Ken the Man.
Hey, there are a lot of nicknames that Leo created for him. The Candy Man, the Burmese Python. I don't know. You could, or even the Dancing Peacock.
I'm pretty sure if you watch that video of Leo out there, when he threw those names out there, Ken's face, just read the room. Well, going back to the game, I mean, specifically, you guys make a good point, right? The Ling is kind of risky here, but still, I think you play off the fact that you have Naomi on this Kaja again.
They smelled him.
Jotun's going to be knocked up, and that's the collapse. First blood over to Ken. Hey, that's going to be the Abyssal Arrow connecting, though, as well. Chan with an amazing pickoff. Both junglers falling early on, but Ken again with another first blood, dude.
Dude. The way that he pathed through the top lane, he went in for, like I said, vertical jungling for Ken, right? And then eventually, he noticed that his Crammer is just, why is it not there? Why is it taken out? So he smelled where Jotun was and then outplayed him. Unfortunately, he got hit by an arrow.
Oh, yellow flash, that's a mid finds Papa Dog, eliminates him. Justin also jumping with the Black Dragon form. Chance gonna fall to Naomi. Jotun, no, he does not get the turtle with the red tree, but he does get it with a punch. He will fall to the hands of Falcon, though. 1.2k gold lead.
Well, that's massive. Yeah. That's massive for Falcon because the fight that happened didn't have any jungler around it, but there were many kills for Falcon. And then, because of the fact that Jotun is down for 2 deaths, Ken was able to get into his orange buff, which means that there will be a big advantage between the junglers that we have right now.
I mean, not only that, but the fact that all those kills are pretty spread well here. But Kai in trouble.
Oh, that's a 1v1. Zipix one more hit. Doesn't go for it. Erwin jumps in, doesn't get in range. He actually went for the flicker instead of the petrify.
Oh, Naomi, though, he has a flicker.
Interesting. Oh, Naomi. Flickers forward. Just whips Kai, takes him back down. Erwin now alone, jumps in on the Zipix. No petrify to lock him down. He also has that purify. The Abyssal Arrow whiffing there, and Justin just gets out free.
I don't understand why they did not go for the petrify on the Kadita. That really is trippy. Like Ken already. 3 blades. It's gonna be enough. Might go for Papadog again. Oh, there it is.
1 HP. He finds it with the orange buff, gets out, just walks away. Move. Yellow flash though. Jotun's looking for him, chasing him down. Yellow flash, try and get away. He gets out with the flicker too. That's why you call him the yellow flash.
Yeah, I mean, he flickered out of there just in time. And I mean, okay, going back to all the points here in the last couple minutes, still, interesting match, right? There's a lot of action 4 minutes in, and it's great to see. But again, if you're S11 Gaming, you got to be worried that look at this distribution of these kills here, as well as the gold. It's 3K ahead for Falcon Esports. It's very well spread. Naomi again with a lead in the kills with Zipex, and now the focus. Erwin can't find it here on the bottom side.
Up until now, there are questions being asked here. Why didn't Erwin go for the petrify? And that really gave them a big disadvantage because we were talking about how much they can change their stunts and how much they can control both the Hand and the Ling. And that's all down the drain because now we'll have to rely on the petrify on to this Yu Zhong. You can see them just really struggle against Falcon's aggression because everybody's just outplaying each other. Yellow Flash is outplaying his lane matchup. You can see Zipix just winning the lane matchup versus Kai.
Naomi too gets a Divine Judgment. Erwin, he gets the rough waves out in time, but he is going to lose out on that kill pressure again. Mid lane pushed in, shoved in. That's the Abyssal Arrow connecting, and Jotun's going to be able to follow that up. Knockout strike. Chan finds that kill. Ken looking for some compensation as he dashes in. Has the time of the blades. Gets Jotun knocked up. No, he doesn't, but he does find 3 blades. Ken styling, dashing all across the place.
That was clean, right? That was a great play from Ken here, and it's really tough to. That was sweet, dude. Candyman. And maybe it sticks, right? But Chan, I mean, the arrows have been landing where they need to. It's just isn't enough time, and I feel like a big question too. Again, Erwin here with no petrify. Every time Erwin, okay, he's gonna rough waves out, but still, every time we see a Kadita pop up with a flicker, I feel like that's, usually cause for discussion because, man, people are like, why do you not roll with that Petrify? Now, you have to consider the fact, too, there's 2 Purifies here for Falcon Esports.
That's right.
So even those, the CC available to S11, they've got to get through that first.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Zipix is already up with the Feather of Heaven, but the conceal play might be really bad for S11.
Again, no Petrify. You can see the impact here. Ken is going to be able to actually get
Naomi.
closer. Naomi finds the Divine Judgment. You can say goodbye to Erwin. Zipix still going through on that Zaman Force, forcing the flicker out from Chan. Ken picks up the tier 1 in the bottom lane, and it's a 4,000 gold lead, 8-2 this time around. I don't know. That's a good Abyssal Arrow, but no follow-up.
And that's the reason why you pick up the Harith against the carry, or you see the lane matchup really going in their favor. Papadog
is going to be able to get that Black Dragon form. The rough wave stolen away by Justin means that he can get out of that.
As you were saying, Wolf.
Yeah, I mean, you can see Harith winning his lane matchup already, and now he's able to push up his own lane, stealing the damage as intended with the Purify Harith. It's very difficult now to deal with him, especially with all the items he has. He can even push turrets because of his itemization and the natural progression coming up from the Harith. This is an uncontested Harith game, and Falcon are really just enjoying it, styling over S11.
Check this out, right? The M4 stat. Selena's debut in M4 after 51 games. I mean, and to be honest, she's got 2 kills right here for Chan, and I feel like the big thing.
100% of the kills.
100% of the kills, yeah, she does. But conceal play, they're looking for another here.
Justin able to dash out. That's Zipix jumping in with his on force, and Jotun's gonna be melted down here. Able to dash away for a bit, but now it's the complete collapse coming in from Falcon as they are looking for their targets. Ken on the wall, just chilling, backing off.
This is what Falcon does so well. When they have these kind of leads, they just keep pushing the gas, right? They literally leave their foot on the pedal here, and it's really hard to stop it because S11 Gaming, again, you're at some point of a disadvantage. Ken gonna be just fine, gets out of there, taking just jungle after jungle. And like I said, this snowball effect, this momentum that we brought up earlier is apparent here in this game too.
They're not stopping, and they're even controlling multiple parts of the map at the same time. Erwin, no Petrify, no lockdown, he missed.
And even the Selena, right? Abyssal Arrow connecting dive with Divine Judgment over to Papadog. He disappeared. Ken now, ooh, he was looking for that kill right there. Jolton comes in with 2 jabs. He's gonna be melted down. He's the one assassinated from his engage. It's a 2-for-0. Falcon walking the base down, but you could see that Abyssal Arrow instantly negated by Yellow Flash, who can actually just cancel the CCA. Just as I say that, Chan picks up the kill, flickering forward. That's the 3rd kill for S11 and a 3rd kill for Chan. Oh, they're playing with him now, man. Justin's not even hitting him.
I mean, he gets out of there. That's the thing, right? Chan is, I guess you could say, the saving grace here for S11, but to what extent, at what point, does this keep working? It's just a couple kills. You're still working against a massive gold lead in favor of Falcon Esports, and this should just be a free lord for them because, hold on, S11 Gaming going in.
This is a Hail Mary play. Papadog only finding Justin, but has the rough wave. Zipix now completely free hitting, using the Zaman Force over. Jolton's gonna be melted down. Naomi's gonna be able to actually deal a little bit more damage before Jolton comes in with a Retribution, but it does not save his life. The killing spree for Zipix, a 3-for-0 for Falcon, and that's a free lord over.
The Hail Mary play coming up from S11 did not work because all of a sudden Justin had rough waves, stolen ultimate to keep him alive, and even punish S11. Papadog was in a very tight spot already, as well as Erwin, taken out easily. Then Jotun, every time he jumps in forward because he doesn't have enough itemization, as well as the fact that he is very squishy, he gets punished by Falcon so easily. And it's going to be very difficult now. No ultimate available for Papadog. This might be it for Falcon.
Naomi finds the Divine Judgment. Papadog melted down. Ken getting the knock up onto 2. Jotun forced to run away. Ken gets caught in the Abyssal Arrow, jumps out with the Fish Poise, gets out alive. Erwin is going to be the one falling to the hands of Justin as he jumps in for more damage onto Kai. S11 surviving another day. Naisu, what you got to say, bro?
I mean, 10.5 minutes in, base half health here. That could have been an end game there, but still, Falcon Esports pressing this situation here. They do want to end this before it gets too late. They've got a massive lead. They're going to be working on these inhibitor turrets. They still got the top one And S11 Gaming, they've got to defend here the best they can with the tools that they have.
Man, they took 2 base turrets down with the passive still intact. It's meant to clear out waves. It's meant to prevent these 10-minute ends. But Falcon, with their 13,000 gold lead, are going to look for the end here with a mid-wave. Papadon with Black Dragon form, zoning Falcon away, but it's going to be melted down. What? How? Now you see him, now you don't. What the heck? Disappearing from the map. There's Jotun 2. 3 members, 4 members, everyone just falling left and right. Chan able to find the Abyssal Arrow, but Yellow Flash is a bit too tanky. Falcon do not want to end. Ken wants to chase. Finally, they go in for the end, and it's a clean sweep. 15,000 gold lead.
No chance for S11 to come back from that. Falcon did not let go of the grip. They tightened it every single second that follows. They went in to control the map after their early spike, simultaneously pushing the waves, not giving any free kills to the side of S11. And all of the choices that the Argentinian squad made from the draft to the battle spell to the first few rotations did not work against the titanic team that we know of Falcon.
I mean, there we go. Both teams showing the respect here. Unfortunately for S11 Gaming, they are going to be knocked out of the M4 tournament here. And just sportsmanship, very important between these 2 teams. And what can we say? Naomi, back-to-back MVP performance, taking out S11 Argentina out of M4. It was a crucial series. And there you go, both teams. Give them a round of applause here.
That's beautiful.
I love it, right? Out of the competition, they are all friends, and you could see it there displayed. Falcon are going to make their victory march down the stage here.
Well, that was the first series of the day. Again, thank you guys so much. We'll be back after this. It's me, Naisu, Mirko, and Wolf. Analysts, break this one down.
Thank you, boys, but it's time. The Falcon continues to soar as they take this game away. Congratulations, GG, well played, but our hearts and souls, it hurts to see S11 go out in this fashion, but that's just how Falcon plays, boys. Name's Gideon, this is Jace, and this is Assassin Dave. Let's break it down, boys.
Oh my god, what a series by Falcon. If game 1 was just a warm-up, game 2 is really just pure domination. 10 minutes in, I think it's 13,000 gold lead, something like that. Was crazy.
Let me break it down with the numbers, ladies and gents. 13k gold lead in 11 minutes. Just the numbers alone, Falcon literally dominated S11. A bit salty about, still a little bit salty, but at least Falcon did a very good job.
Look, I'm very happy for Falcon Esports, and
yes,
man, I liked S11 a lot. It's unfortunate that it had to be this way, but that's just the nature of competition.
Hey, S11 did end up debuting of 1 character in this game, which is Selena. Now, that might not be something that needed, right? Even though it's the last game, maybe the last series they play, sometimes when you're in desperation to try something, that might just end up hurting you, especially with the Selena pick, because they could have benefited a lot with the challenge to lock someone down, plus the carry damage. That might be their win ticket.
I personally feel like I understand what S11 wants to do, because you see there's an enemy link on the other side. What you want to do is you want to gain this early game advantage with the Selena. You want to basically use the traps to keep track. You also drafted in the Paquito because you want to win this early game fight, but unfortunately the link went around uncontested at all because Ken is so swift.
I mean, that's not just Ken. I mean, yes, Ken's doing a great job, but I have to keep talking about Yellow Flash here. I mean, the Hokage himself absolutely crushing it. Fredrin matchup, he's super tanky. Then he picks up this Martis and he's like, you know what? I just need a BOD, build me full tank, I will do the rest.
I mean, if Yellow Flash is Yellow Flash, Ken is probably the White Flash today. I mean, like that lane, that fast hand gaming was insane. This guy's action on wings, like we talk about. Fanny, he's got, this guy's assassin monster. If you face Falcon in the next round especially, they're gonna be going against either Team Hawk or Incendio Gaming Supremacy. So I'm looking forward to more assassin gameplay coming out from Ken.
That is a little bit biased, Assassin Day, but let's take a look at the items, ladies and gentlemen. S11 Gaming, on the other hand, I think there's one criticism I'll give for Chan is that you went for the clock instead. And I think he took the clock at around, what, the 6-minute mark? That's going to cause him to get a lot more time to get the Selena online. If you notice, S11, the Selena wasn't able to just immediately burst down the main key targets, and there's a lot of times, I think the caster points out, the arrow just kind of went a little bit too far.
I mean, it's a hit or miss, right? It's Selena. At the end of the day, if you don't hit the arrow, you kind of can't do too much, but Chan was still participating in 100% of those team fights.
Yeah, 100% kill participation. That is absolutely insane. Look at Naomi at 80%, rivaling that 100%. Ken is actually only at 40% of the team fight. Just show you how all-rounded that Falcon is as a team, right? Everyone is putting their part. Everybody's doing a lot of work. Zip, this guy is a hidden gem for Falcon, right? 70% on a goal laner. I know he's playing Harith, but what is going on there?
Dude, crazy, because usually the reason why carry is so feared, because the carry can burst down anyone, right? And it feels like Falcon knows how to deal with this carry. Leaking it out, letting S11 take it away, threatening it to take carry if they prioritize something else. Xipix went in as a Harry, and he was online even faster than I expected, and that's the power of Xipix. A very flexible gold laner. You never know what's gonna play. A marksman or even a mage gold laner.
I think, you know, he's been sharpening himself throughout the entirety of the tournament. I think so far this has been one of the best performances we've seen out of Xipix so far. And I mean, of course, Justin, absolute monster. Can't give the guy enough credit with the Valentina. His decision-making on the spot is so fast. He's a supercomputer.
Yes, the Kadita ultimate copy, the rough waves, right? He's proven that, hey, it doesn't matter what mage that you play, I'm gonna be better off that version because I'm Valentina. And that's why Justin's so good at standing out among the crowd in M4. Ladies and gentlemen, going forward for Falcon, again, they have a rough road ahead because it's gonna be the Malaysian Giant or Incendio Supremacy, which is the next match.
Yeah, that's going to be really exciting to watch. But for the time being, it's time to show you guys who our MVP of the match is going to be. Pull it up, boys and girls. It's going over to Naomi, the spearhead of Falcon Esports.
Once again, the same item build, right? Fleeting Time is, I think, probably Rush as one of his first items. Not only just that, I can't believe that Naomi was allowed to be given the Kaja twice in a row. You saw how big of an impact he has done for the side of Falcon.
Absolutely. See, the thing about Naomi is he's godly with Franco. We've seen those blind hooks into the bush, right? That get entire world shocked. At the same time, you can't ban away this guy. Doesn't matter what he plays, this guy's macro, his awareness, right? His understanding, his engages, decision-making are just through the roof, like second to none.
And he has 0 deaths, right?
Yes.
Flickering forward, Kaja is always like almost like a front line. You do not know, you don't really peg a Kaja as a very tanky kind of tank, right? But let's take a look at the heat map this time around.
Looking at the heat map, you can see there's a definite change of pace here. Before that, it was like, oh, I don't want to go past the river. I don't want to go too far. Now, I want to be everywhere. I want to make sure I'm in your face. I'm making sure that I'm dropping crumbs in your bed, dropping breadcrumbs in your bed to make you feel as uncomfortable as possible as soon as you sit down. Look, not a personal true story, but I'm just saying.
Absolutely. Naomi this game is extending his territory into the enemy jungle towards the bottom side. There are a lot of aggression on the enemy bottom goal lane tier 1 tower. Right? Show them how much they want to pressure the carry away to make sure the carry does not get any farm, and that is the Falcon strategy, right? To make sure, okay, if the carry gets farmed, he might be able to one-shot our team, including the Kaja. So in order to prevent that from happening, look how much visit he gave the bottom lane.
I think personally, I feel like Naomi is really want to drive Xipix towards success, right? That's what it's like, the secondary carry, just in case if, you know, Ken falls short, and you saw that in game number 1, during parts of mid part of the game, Xipix actually climbed back up strong.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the highlights, it tells a perfect story here. You know, S11 wanted to be aggressive. Falcon, on the other hand, didn't mind playing a little bit more defensively until the time was right in game number 1 itself. And then we see an absolute shift in their playstyle. And I think, you know, Falcon has kind of figured out the sauce. They've got the secret ingredients. They've got the right methods and the way to think about the game.
Well, we're giving a lot of hype to Naomi here, but I do want to highlight Ken. I mean, the Assassins, we're going to see some highlights in the next game. You've seen the Fanny this game. I think just now when they defended the blue buff, when Fanny decisively go on the backline target, this guy knows who to go on at every second of the team fight. Take a look at this lean gameplay. Sometimes, just when you think, if I'm on that lane, I might not be able to get this kill. He might walk away, but not for Ken, right? Whenever he set his eye on the target, he gets the job done.
honestly, I'm learning two things about Dave. Number one, possibly colorblind. I mean, it's purple buff. Second of all, I do think, you know, it's with his name. Assassin Dave.
Yeah.
Ken playing Assassins. Coincidence? I think not.
I mean, that's his unique selling point. That's his brand, right? But I have to agree with you. Ken is on this Assassin junglers has worked phenomenally for Falcon. Technically, it's in the name. Flying around from one place on the map to the other, you never know where he's gonna be. He played the Fanny, he played the Ling in this particular series against S11. S11 needs a spy satellite in order to know where Ken is.
Well, I hope they don't have spy satellites right now.
That'll be
because
map hack.